Channel 38, Cost Communication. This is
Brian Mama
and Jim Sanders. We're at Soul Bowl, East Moline, for the United Township High School Panthers against the Moline Maroons. Brian, what do you think?
I am really excited. We've got a chance to see both these teams play this year. We're looking at two fine football teams, and this is going to be a real battle. We got the best seats in the house.
Oh, we do. We really do.
Better.
Well, we want to welcome again our Independent Insurance Services. They're over there in Davenport, Iowa, 1519 East Locust as a main sponsor. We appreciate that more than they know.
We really do.
They
All
take
the
care.
sponsors.
That's right. That's right. Because it's they're supporting kids, and we think that's real important.
They're doing a lot of neat things here tonight, Jim. They must have 150 cheerleaders out here of all ages. Look like about from 8 until 12 years old or something like that in that neighborhood anyway.
Well, they've got a clinic they put on every year for the young girls, and they come in here and have an opportunity to learn some of the cheers and makes for a bigger crowd, obviously. I think we are going to have a big crowd. I thought there'd be a few more people here, but it's not game time yet.
Well, let's talk football a little bit. What do we got to look at from the Panthers side here?
Well, UT, I tell you, I think the Panthers are playing real well right now. They are 4-0, 1-0 in the Western Big Six, and with an opportunity to go 5-0. And that'll be the first time a UT team has been 5-0 to start the season, I think, probably since 1968, 69, and we're not sure how much farther back it goes than that. So this is a chance for these kids to create some history for themselves. And of course, UT is a senior-dominated ball club. Of 22 starting positions, 21 are filled with seniors right now. So UT is ready. It's a senior group.
Heavy.
It should be a great effort by the Panthers. How about Moline?
Well, from the Moline side, goodness, I was so excited last week. I mean, this team impressed me now, Jim. They got some players out there. That offensive line controlled things. They had 3 yards every time the ball was snapped, right off the ball very quick.
Yep.
I really was impressed with their whole team, really, how the crispness, the pizzazz they come out of the huddle with, just their whole attitudes on the field. I think they're going to be tough to beat. I think they're a tough team.
Well, we talked about that last week. You hadn't seen them yet, and you'd seen UT a couple times along the way, and I'd seen Moline. I was impressed when they played Belleville. I was, again, impressed. You're one of these line coach kind of guys. You like that line play. This should be a great ball game for that.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And we got some awful good players on both these teams that we'll try to point out during the ball game. You know, there's just some good athletes out here.
Well, taking a look at the field, Brian, it looks like the turf's in perfect shape.
Oh,
I'm a little
great.
nervous as the week went along, talked about all that rain and stuff, but during the sophomore game, the kids had good footing. Tonight, the weather's not going to be a factor unless we get some rain come rolling in here later on. But right now, the field's in great shape. Merlin Hood and his crew got the field in excellent shape, and the field will not be a factor in this ball game. So
no, I think the field. In fact, I think the rain helped, if anything, probably,
right, probably
a little
did.
bit. You know,
you betcha.
Have it set up.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, we talked last week about big games in the conference. Tonight, there are 2 big games in the conference. Really, this game here with Moline against UT, and Rock Island's playing Alleman tonight. So 2 big, how this conference race is going to turn out will be influenced greatly by what happens tonight. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And, of course, then Galesburg and Quincy are playing each other this week. And then one of those teams are going to get their first win. And that's always exciting. When your programs aren't real good and are down and trying to build, it's nice to get that first win, that's for sure. So,
well, it sure looks like we got 3 real dominant teams at least, maybe 4, but Rocky's starting off the way they have, Moline starting off the way they have in UT. It's going to be a real dogfight right to the end. Every week you could get beat. I mean,
no question about that. And that's kind of typical Western Big Six football. We got to admit that. This year, I think, real exciting because the local teams. I think Alleman's going to beat somebody good before it's all over. I really believe they're going to do that. I picked last week a 3-way tie in the conference race, and I'm not so sure that may not still happen. So tonight will make a big difference, but I think we're going to see hard-hitting football. You talked about Moline and how hard they hit last week. We know UT kids are going out and hit you too, and Mike Tracy's and Dan McGuire got these kids. Both these teams are ready to play football.
It might come down to special teams, kicking, pass play.
You bet.
The things that you wouldn't expect from either team that's actually going to be the key to the game.
Right.
But it might come down to that.
We've talked about this before, and I always told our kids that, every big game, and this has got to be one where you look on paper at least, a pretty even matchup, comes down to 3 or 4 big plays. Unfortunately, as players, coaches, and fans, we never know when they're going to happen. It could be the opening kickoff. It could be the last play of the game or anything in between. And if your team picks up, maybe let's say there's 4 of them, if your team makes 3 of those 4, you're going to win. And if the other team makes 3 out of the 4, then they're going to win. Let's try to, as we watch the ball game tonight, let's try to find out where those 4 plays come from.
Try to pick out those key plays.
Let's do that. I'm not ready. What do you think?
Let's get back up there. Have we got time for a pork chop sandwich for you?
I think I'll tell you what. We got to be ready.
Well, they're good.
They are good.
We'll be right back. We're back, Jim. Boy, look at that scene. That old band out there, they played the national anthem. Here come the Panthers on the field. Let's see if they make it to the...
Good sign, Brian. Good sign.
Oh,
we made it through that. It's not a hoop.
Well, you can see they're a very structured team because they went to a triangle instead of a circle.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Triangles have how many sides?
Or rectangles, excuse me.
Okay, we're off and running, Brian. Well, you couldn't see the post.
I couldn't see the whole thing for the post there. I'm sorry.
Tell you what, we're ready to play.
It looked like a triangle from where I'm sitting.
Holy moly.
Oh, are we off to a start tonight, huh? All right.
I tell you, bro, they're so ball. We're having fun. Gordon Cornelius has just stepped in the booth, and we're now... Understand rectangles.
Now we have to be careful.
Triangle, yeah, be careful.
You'll know how stupid we really are.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a great ball game here. You know, how about the stats? They're pretty even too.
Oh yeah, this is something else.
Look at that.
Moline per game total 360 yards per game. What's UT?
350.
350. That's pretty close, isn't
close.
it?
How about the balance and pass run?
Pass run. 20.
That's 261 rushing for Moline and 99 yards passing. I think that's what it says there.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I had a little trouble reading that
UT's
part.
running the ball a little more. They're averaging 12 yards passing, so I don't think we're going to see an aerial circus.
So it shows Moline will pass the ball a little more than UT,
and both
right?
teams are averaging 28, 29 points a ball game. And defensively, though, UT's only given up 7.25 a ball game. And Moline's
give up a few more points. They're about 14.
Okay. How about the history of this rivalry here, Brian?
It's not been good for UT for the last few years.
Yeah,
They 6 years in a row now?
For Moline, yeah, but you know who won the
And then the year before that, what happened?
UT won the 4 previous ones.
Oh, okay.
Let's get the starting lineup.
So it's really not that bad.
No, not bad at all. They'll even out. Well, let's see if we can get these starting lineups tonight, Brian. Maroons are the visitors, white jerseys, maroon pants.
Number 7 for Moline's Chris Beard.
Brian Kendall, number 1 for UT as a defensive back.
Number 12, Mike Finch for the Moline Maroons.
Cody Duran is number 11 for the Panthers, another defensive back. Moline's having their offense, looks like, introduced here.
Number 23 for Moline, Aaron Best.
Another defensive back and quarterback for the Panthers, Ryan Lemon, number 15.
And number 24 for the Maroons, Aaron Arms, another running back.
Number 22 is Mike Rickey, another defensive back. So you have the defensive secondary out there now for the Panthers.
At center for the Maroons, number 55, Kyle Piper.
Well, he's a good one, too.
He's a dandy.
And Matt Harris, number 31, linebacker for the Panthers. They'll probably get to know each other a little bit before the evening's over.
Terry Hansen, number 64 for the Maroons. Guard, offensive guard.
Mike Hancock's number 40, the other linebacker in the Panther 50 defense. Good running back also.
Number 65 at the other guard, Darryl Michael for the Maroons.
Brian Moons, number 51. He'll line up and play as a defensive tackle.
Chris Burns, number 77 at tackle for the Maroons.
Brian Inman's number 75 for the Panthers. He's played some nose guard. He'll start tonight as a D tackle.
Chris Davies, number 79 for the Maroons at the other tackle. Big boys.
Number 76 now is Kevin Ward. Inman may be starting there at nose guard with Ward as a starter.
Number 81 for the Maroons, Aaron Blythe.
Ben Fagerlund is number 83 for the Panthers. He'll start at defensive end.
Number 82 at the other end, Dave Sable for the Maroons.
For the Panthers, number 89, that's Steve Lopez, the other defensive end.
Dan McGuire for the coach of the Maroons, and
Mike Tracy is the head coach of the Panthers, and they meet at midfield or near midfield. They're good friends. I'll tell you tonight, it's a battle royal between those two guys.
Well, that's the way it should
Maybe they're talking about maybe going out and seeing if the leaves have changed any, and maybe tomorrow they'll go to an antique fair or something. Who knows?
Well, looking at the feelings out here, it seems like UT is really up a lot. I see a lot of people jumping around and everything. Maybe Moline's just calmer and ready. I don't know.
You never know. You know, so, and sometimes
body language is a little different.
Right. It reflects the coaching philosophy sometimes too. You know that you know, Moline maybe is running with a little more of that quiet confidence. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. We're going to know here pretty
We're going to know pretty soon, aren't we?
And sometimes we talked about in the pregame. We talked about those big plays. So if fans are watching this at home on TV, why start marking down big plays. We'll see when these things happen. Who's back there deep for Moline?
For Moline, it'll be Chris Beard and
looks like 22's back there.
And
also.
Kurt Roberts, number 22, looks back.
Yeah,
or is that 23?
23 is back there.
23.
Also.
Aaron Best is the other deep.
Kicking off for the Panthers.
I can't see this side.
But you're having trouble already. Terrence Clark to kick off for UT, number 34. And of course, he may become a big factor in this ball game. He's got a live leg, a good extra point field goal kicker. Mike Rickey, number 22, is there and getting the troops fired up. He'll be the safety on this kick team. And, Brian, we're ready to play football.
Here we go.
Great kick. That ball's going to be at the goal line, Brian. 5-yard line, Brian. 22's got the ball. Look out.
Kurt Roberts got a little running room. It's up to about the 26, 27-yard line. 1st and 10 Maroons.
Yeah, it's pretty good field position with a kick that lands at the 5-yard line. So that's
Good run back.
A good start. Good start. So let's see what the Maroons do here. Of course, Finch, a quarterback can run that offense in the running vein or passing the ball.
Last week they started off with quite a few passes after the first play. They ran the first one.
Fullback inside, Bryant. Beard on that carry, huh?
Looks like Beard gets about 2, maybe 3. Be second down and 7.5 yards.
Kevin Ward, number 76, was in the middle of that pile up there. That's about a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7, Bryant. Wishbone for the Maroons. And
second man.
Oh, nice run there.
Aaron Arms with that carry. It's a little running room.
They had him listed as a starter.
They're going to mark that.
In front of Josh Lofgren. So
first and 10.
Matt Harris, that time number 31 for the Panthers, covered up on that. But he kind of got tripped up for something along the way. But Moline come out running that football. Panthers in a 5-2 defense. Up front, you've got Fagerland and Lopez, the defensive end. Moons and Ward, D tackles. Inman's the nose guard. Harris and Hancock, the linebackers.
Second man again.
Panthers close quick that time. Lopez is in the middle of that early. Fagerland gets there, and Moons.
Again, it's Aaron Arms, number 24. Gets about a yard is all that time as Panthers shut it down a little better.
Last time, Brian, we talked a little about Moline used 11 different running backs in their first 2 or 3 ball games. So, we're liable to see several kids back there throughout the course of this game.
Looking for a pass.
Nobody's open.
And they get to him.
Great play back there. Number 83 on the play that time. Got to that one is Ben Fagerland. Panthers put a lot of pressure on Brian on that play.
Evidently, Mike Finch back there just didn't see anybody open, so he had to look at a different direction,
right.
and the Panthers got there.
Well, we're really fortunate, I think, that Fagerland made that play because the Panthers had him, but he was coming out. If he could have got away from that tackle, he had room to run, I think. So
here's our first big third down play. It's third and pretty long. We'll see what we come up with here.
Third down, about 14, it says on the scoreboard. Power formation this time for Moline. Look out. My, oh my. Woo.
I think he got it.
Yeah,
he's awful close. Depends where they spot it.
Ooh, that's close. That's real close. Boy, Coach, that was a big play.
I'd say that's about a yard shy. Mercy. Power running that time, straight ahead.
And the quickness, Beard's quickness is what's so impressive here. Moline, they're going to go for it here.
Beard, really a nice run on that.
It doesn't look like they're going to punt here. The ball is at the 47-yard line, their own 47-yard line. They'll go on the first down. Quarterback,
and they got
line
it.
surge that time. There's a quarterback sneak.
That's confidence in your line there, Coach.
Get you several yards there. That's first down. But Moline's been doing that, and I'm sure Coach Tracy bunched everybody up in there the same way.
Mike Finch on the quarterback sneak gets the first down, and it'll be first and 10 Maroons again.
David Freeman, number 71, comes in for the Panthers, replacing Kevin Ward.
There's one reason you go on fourth down right there, and that's number 55.
Coach. You know that right now that UT's not going to be able to stop it for less than a yard. Quick running up front that time. That ball's laying on the ground.
Beard again.
Hancock, number 40, was there.
Going to get about 4 yards.
For fans, we talked about this a little bit in the pregame about watching this game up front, but whether you watch the game in person on Friday night or this is the first time you've seen it, take a good look at that offensive and defensive line play. Watch the white shirts come off the ball. Watch the black shirts come off that football. Defensive end change for UT, number 63, is Scott DeVries, comes in.
Ooh, Arms gets the ball. The second man through that time.
Nowhere to run. Hancock tore him up.
And that was filled up pretty good that time.
Made a big play there. Big third down play again, but not quite as many yards as last time.
Not quite as many. That was a pretty good play, though. He might go back to it.
No, you better believe it. Well, we'll take a look at the formation. They shifted out of the wishbone and double wing, but the time they ran off tackle with Beard carrying, they shifted to a
still in the wishbone
formation.
Inside counter.
Oh, look out. Great run up front. Ricky on the tackle, along with number 1,
Another 1st and 10.
As Brian Kendall.
Aaron Best was the ball carrier there. Nice gain.
UT calls timeout. Coach Tracy wants to talk. You notice in this particular situation, Brian, the defensive coordinator didn't go out in the middle of the huddle. Coach Tracy's in the middle of this huddle, and he's not satisfied with the effort right now, I guarantee you. We do need to take a break here, give our sponsors a chance to share some of their interest with us, so we'll be back in just a moment. Well, Coach Tracy used the timeout there, and, you know, hey, it's a big ball game. You can't just let these guys push that ball right down your throat. It's 1st and 10 again for Moline. Reverse.
Comes a reverse.
Oh, good play by UT. DeVries was in the middle of the backfield back there. Ricky cleaned that one up.
Aaron Best was the ball carrier that time. He loses about a yard on that play.
You know, Brian, a situation like that, you know Coach Tracy's got UT fired up, so what's Coach McGuire do? We'll run a little reverse. Maybe hoping those black shirts just run all over the field.
They just might overplay here.
But DeVries made great penetration from his defensive end spot to clean up, so everybody stayed home. Second.
Double wings again.
Oh, sweep. Haven't seen much of that. Panthers running to the ball. Oh, nice hustle outside out there by number 15 for the Panthers. That's Ryan Lemon.
Ryan Lemon hit him about the 35, and he flew far enough in the air. The ball's going to be marked down on the 31. He's about 4-yard gain in the air there, Coach.
It shows some pretty good speed to the outside. Cody Duran, number 11, came out of the defensive secondary also, but that's a little bit different. We haven't seen Moline run the ball wide like that too often.
So we're looking at 3rd and about 7. Another big play. We'll see what we come up with this time.
What do you think? Spread them out, run up the middle.
Yep. First man. Beard with the carry again. He's going to get about half of it.
Harris stepped up in there real good, did a nice job for the Panthers. Brian Moons, number 51, from his defensive tackle spot. He would be the guy who would got the trap block put on him that time, but he was right in the middle of that. Another big 4th down play.
Well, here's a big play for the Maroons and for the Panthers.
You bet.
Maroons to keep this drive alive. It's 4th and this is a little harder territory here.
You bet. Can't get away with the quarterback sneak here, probably. Pro set to the far side of the field. Oh, and UT drops offside. Now we're going to see if they're drawn off.
They're going to call that against UT. That was a planned play to get offside.
You bet. Now we'll see where it's illegal procedure and or offside UT.
That was a pretty slick play, Coach.
Well, I tell you, I got to go back to my rule book, though, because I'm not 100% sure that once the quarterback, I'm not sure the quarterback ever set under the center, but if he ever does, then he's not allowed to come out of there. So
I think he did. I thought he was under.
I thought he did, too. I'm not convinced that's the right call. But I know once he gets in there, he can't shift back out of there again. But no matter what, it's going to stay, and it's 1st down for Moline. Oh, big hit on the outside that time. Nice play by Ryan Lemon, number 15.
Aaron Arms with a nice run that time, gets about 3 yards. Nice spin there, picked up another extra 2 there.
We talked a lot. I don't know whether you at the ball game with who did the Taft game? Jim Unrath and Doug Howell, our good buddy Doug Howell. And I know in the game we saw down at Richmond, Lemon, from his defensive secondary position, plays like a linebacker. I mean, he's just another linebacker in there.
Double wings again.
Boy, I tell you, they're pounding right at the Panthers right now. The Maroons on a march. Moons on the tackle that time. He's the guy getting trapped. If he can get in on the tackle, you're doing some things right.
Again, 3rd and 6, and you got to believe you're looking at 4 downs here yet.
Or a field goal. Or a field goal. 3rd and 6, balls at 20-yard line. Brian, there's only 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. UT hasn't touched the ball yet. Pass. Look out.
Good defense.
Nice pass defense out there.
Good pass, good defense. Everybody met at the same time.
Brian Kendall that time breaking out of the defensive secondary made a great play on that one. That sets up 4th down.
That's interesting. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yep.
As this makes this 4th down a little tougher than it was.
That's right. Well,
2 runs would have been hard to stop, I think.
I think so, too. And they recovered from the beginning. It should have taken a great throw, but Kendall made a beautiful play there. Moline may be forced to throw the ball again.
So you throw again, or
spread them out, run up the middle.
Or do you run her up the middle? We're not going to buy that again.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my guys.
Now, this guy's a quarterback. He's a quarterback.
And he's got trouble.
Oh, look out. Panthers take over the 30-yard line.
That didn't go well that time.
Well, UT didn't jump offside. We have to remember that Beard's the quarterback, though, and that's one of the reasons he ended up at fullback, I think, because he couldn't be the first quarterback. Coach McGuire may not. Well, he tried that twice. Once it drew the Panthers offside, got him a first down. Second, they lost 10 yards. So UT takes over. 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter at their own 30-yard line. And here come the Panthers. Moons, Taranis and Keller at the guards. Ward and Freeman at the tackles. Lopez and Fagerlin at the ends. Quick start. Oh, my. Quick start that time inside by Hancock, but not much room to run.
At right side of Moline's defense, Nick Rude and Colin Cave. They really plugged her up there.
Nice job. Number 29 that time.
A whole lot of room.
Derek Baldwin. He's a wide out. Number 11 in the ball game. That's Cody Duran. He's a wide receiver. Panthers using tight ends. Drew and Hancock in the backfield. Lemon with the ball. Lemon cuts upfield. He might run. He's across the 40, out to the 45-yard line. First down, UT.
Tackled on that play by Matt Siemens, number 34 for the Maroons.
Well, they took the pitch away, so that wasn't going to be a factor, but the fake to Ron Drew held the linebackers and let Ryan Lemon run loose into the secondary. 2 wide receivers this side. Number 82 in there is Travis Marner. There's the dive outside. Outside veer. Nice big gain for the Panthers.
Tackle on that play was by Kyle Piper, number 55, linebacker.
Little outside veer look that time. That's a big play, 6 yards on first down. Both teams are looking real good on offense.
Both teams looking pretty good, aren't they?
The Panthers are churning up a few more yards on every snap right now, but they're getting the job done. UT is at, we'll say, midfield right now. But the ball is across into Moline territory for the first time. Outside veer again. Not much room to run that time. Doing a nice job outside that time. The defense had the pitch man covered and the quarterback covered.
Number 80, Colin Cave at the bottom of that.
Sets up a third down and about 4, Brian. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Each team's had a possession. We're 0-0.
That was the first big third down play for the Panthers.
You bet. 2 wide receivers to this side of the field, tight end to the left. Outside veer, quarterback keeps. Lemon breaks loose, but cannot get to the first down marker. Great tackle. Lemon, I thought, Coach, when he broke the...
When he turned up, it looked like he was going to get it.
I thought he might go. It's going to be a 4th down now for the Panthers. 4th, ball is at the 46-yard line.
I couldn't tell who got that tackle for Moline. It had to have been a DB back there, either Piper or Michael.
Yeah. So it's 4th down. Panthers are going to go.
Boy, everybody's come out to play, didn't they?
Here. Dive. Oh, Hancock is not going to get the first down, Coach. He got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And Moline's going to take possession again.
Nick Massa, number 32, come up there.
But he's a good defensive end, or you might call him an outside linebacker, whatever you call your people in your scheme. But he made a big hit on
Big hit.
I'll tell you, Hancock gets off that ball as quick as about anybody you have. And he gets stopped in his tracks on a straight dive play. They've done some stuff. Well, Moline's ball, Coach. Your turn.
Yes, sir. Boy.
Whew.
Well, it's kind of a... I think Moline gained on the field position a little bit.
Well, he sure did. 1:24 to go here in the first quarter. No score.
Wishbone.
Trap. Oh, slid off the tackle there.
Aaron Best, number 23, with that carry.
Well, Ben Fagerlin had him stopped for about a 4-yard loss back there, but lost control of him, and Best got it back, the line of scrimmage at least.
Yeah, he's going to gain a few inches, just about line of scrimmage.
We might see the two defensive units settle down here a little bit and start making some better plays. You start a ball game like this, why each team's got maybe a new wrinkle or something, and they do a little bit different. You haven't seen the faces across from you. But eventually the defense, if they're tough enough, they're going to settle in and play.
The double wing again. Oh, the ball's in the air.
That ball's loose.
Where is that ball?
Moline's got it. It's laying right there on the 45-yard line. Woo, 57 got that.
It was under his chin for a while there, wasn't it?
Man.
Mitch is struggling to find that ball.
Nick Rude, number 57, ended up with that ball. Man. Well, that play just looked like he got a bad start to begin with. The snap was shaky. The line didn't come off the ball. I'm not so sure the ball might have snapped on the wrong
Finch looked surprised to me, like maybe it was the center was early.
Yeah, we're going
supposed to be early, but he was real early.
The way Moline comes off the ball, they didn't come off the ball that time. Shift again.
Oh,
now
we
they got a lineman movement
on both sides this time.
77 from Moline moved. I know that.
It's a good decoy, but he even drew his own man off.
Yeah. Legal procedure. Coach McGuire wants a timeout now. Now it's his turn to come out.
I don't think he's too happy about that.
Not too happy either.
Okay.
Man.
Shall we take another break?
I think we probably should.
All right.
The tension here is unbelievable, and these two teams are playing real hard. Let's take a break, huh? Back now. Timeout with just 2 seconds to go by Moline here in the first quarter. Third down, third and long. Pass, screen. Nice screen set up here. Nice cut. Another hard run. Look out across the across the Panther 45-yard line.
My goodness.
Well, there's a nice setup. Woo!
Real nice run there.
Well, UT ran to that ball real well, but they had some nice blocking set up, and it's going to set up a fourth down here at the end of the first quarter, Brian. Fourth and a long yard, almost 2 yards, so
that was Arms.
Decision time. Arms, last week we thought, as we saw Arms play, that he was a good primary receiver for them, and he runs real hard. He's got good quickness. Well, we're at the end of the first quarter. Again, you're watching QCA TV, Channel 38, Cox Communication, Family Ties Production. This is Jim Sanders with Brian Mumma, and we'll be right back.
Keeping your community strong is a responsibility for all who live there, whether it's through teamwork or working together to build a better town. Your Pekin agent will be there for friendly, reliable service. When you need help and can't wait, meet someone in your neighborhood who knows his customers. Depend on your hometown professional, your independent Pekin insurance agent.
Pekin Insurance.
For a quick quote on auto, home, and life, call your Pekin agent at Independent Insurance.
Hey parents, are you looking for a unique gift idea for your kids? Or do you just want them out of the house and into the yard? How about a backyard soccer goal from Flicks on State Street? They let your kids play soccer like the pros at least 3 seasons of the year. Made of rugged PVC pipe, Flicks sells goals in 2 sizes, the 4x6 foot youth size and the full-size 6x12 footer. Backyard soccer will never be the same, and you'll be the proudest soccer parents in the league. Get your kicks and your backyard soccer goals at Flicks on State Street in Bettendorf.
45-yard line, as Moline's controlled the ball most of the first quarter here.
They're lining up to punt. Now, whether they actually do that or not, fake. Look out. Got turned side. Whoa, nice play that time.
Think he made it.
I think he did, too. UT had Lemon. Ryan Lemon was in the middle of that mix, but this is close. They're going to measure.
Close.
I'll tell you what. That
should be close.
The way they got that marked, I'm not sure he made it either.
I think
Brian,
he did.
while we watch this measurement come across the field, in the first quarter there, Moline had the ball for 19 plays compared to 6 for UT. And and had the ball 8 minutes. And we talked last week, one of Moline's philosophies was they want to keep that ball 30 minutes a ball game. Well, if you get it 8 minutes for 4 quarters, that's 32, and they should win if that's the way it goes. We'll take a look at this mark. This is a big
first down.
You're predicting first down, Brian?
Yep.
Okay. And it is. First down. Well, I'll tell you, Moline's come into this ball game, and so far we've seen some real gambles. We've seen some real gutsy calls. The quarterback leaving the formation to draw UT offside. The second time they tried it, it was obviously a pass play of some sort that they had set up, and now a fake punt with their good running back, Chris Beard, carrying the ball. So Moline's got the ball still at the UT 43-yard line. You got him.
Colin Cave brings that play in, number 80. We're in the wishbone.
Panther linebacker's coming. Oh, my.
No, Moline guessed right, and Panthers guessed wrong that time with inside coming that time. They caught him good. Moline, nice gain.
You know, as I've noticed, Brian, about Moline's offensive line, the games that we've seen them, they've seen a lot of different looks, with bringing lots of players, but they just seem to be able to pick people up. Of course, I think Paul Carther does a lot of work with their offensive linemen over there, and of course their coaching staff does really a good job. UT staff does really a good job, but that's a hard play to block with that many people coming and a handback that takes some time to execute.
Aaron Best with the carry. He's going to get about a yard.
That time he was mauled pretty much inside by Kevin Ward, number 76. Brian Moons, number 51, was in on that. 2 defensive tackles both getting there that time. Interesting, if you want to see some pretty good football, take a look at the matchup with the center. Moline's center, Kyle Piper, against number 76 for the Panthers, or excuse me, not 76, but 75, Brian Inman. This is a good matchup, and the Panthers, I think, hope to neutralize Piper. Let's take a look on this play. Watch the center and the nose guard.
And that one I'd give to Piper. He turned him out of there and opened it up.
Not only turned him away from the play, but drove him Inman about 4 yards off the ball. Now Brian's going to have to make an adjustment. Now here again, we watch one play, and that doesn't mean that.
Yeah, that's one play.
And it could have been a play. I didn't watch the defense close enough. It could have very easily been a slant defense with Inman going that way to begin with. So number 71 comes in the ball game for the Panthers. That's David Freeman. He comes in, number 76. Kevin Ward comes out again. The rest of that Panther defense remains the same. Should be a off tackle by the fullback.
Should be Beard.
Nope.
No.
They're not going to be very consistent with what they're going to do tonight.
Goodness sakes. Aaron Best with that carry on a little counter there. Yep. And he lost a little bit on that one.
The 40's in the middle of that. That's Mike Hancock. 51 is Moons was in the middle of that also.
I think the biggest reason they lost on that play was the defensive tackle on this side for the Panthers was in the backfield.
Yeah, Moons
he had to run around him.
DeFries, number 63, was in on that play big time too. And again, Lemons coming out of that defensive secondary to clean up. You got a little trouble seeing there, huh,
We're
Brian?
getting down there.
Well, that ball's at the 27-yard line, 2nd and 11 for Moline.
Got Beard in motion this time. Handoff goes to Rob Malcolm.
Yeah, Moons and Inman, number 51, number 75, in on the tackle that time.
Malcolm gets about 3.5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, Moline's a long way away for a field goal. If they passed the field goal up last time, they'll pass one up here, but they are at the Panther 25-yard line. And as you mentioned before, that field position thing is being won a little bit by the Maroons, but the scoreboard still says absolutely nothing. It doesn't even say 0-0 right now.
Beard in motion again.
They tried to run the same thing, but that's not going to go. Not against that defense. Inman is there. Hancock is there. Coming off the bottom, look at number 15. Ryan Lemon is in the middle of that.
Aaron Best with the carry. It leaves it 4th and about 7. So, what do you do here?
Well,
time to throw?
Against Belleville, several times, Moline went to kind of a 4-receiver look, and they caught Belleville in some defensive secondary mistakes, and they might try to hit a guy in a seam here on a pass play. We'll see how many wideouts they send. They're going to go with a one wideout look. But
still in the wishbone. Looking pass here.
Finch can run. Oh, wide open in the corner of the end zone. Look out. That's touchdown, Brian.
Touchdown, Moline. Moline draws first blood, 6-0.
Colin Cave that time, Brian, on the reception. Number 8, he ran just a corner route, and it was a one-receiver route. Finch came out, rolled out. I thought he could have run the ball for the first down, but he showed great poise and threw it in there for 6.
Well, he had Colin open down there.
No, he did. A nice cut, and the Panthers were working to get back into that thing, but he hit him right at that corner. And our score right now with 7:43 to go, Brian, Moline leads 6-0.
Mike Finch will do the honors here for the extra point. Ooh, that was close.
No good.
No good. So we're looking at 6-0 ball game with 7:43 to go in the second quarter. Well, that was a big play.
Tim Perez, number 43, was the snapper. Beard was the holder. That kick it appeared to be a good snap and a good hold, but it was just pulled a little bit to the left. So, as happened in the sophomore game, Moline won the sophomore game here this evening, 13-12. But that became kind of a ball game of missed extra point opportunities for both teams. So let's take a short break, Brian. We'll be right back. Moline leads 6-0 from Soul Bowl with 7 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Set to kick off for the Maroons.
Back deep for the Panthers, number 22 is Mike Rickey, and number 2 is Ron Drew. So the Panthers got some speed back there, and they got some linebacker kind of folks up front to block. But again, Moline will squib the ball. And falling on up front, number 40, Hancock that time, falls on the ball at about the 29-yard line. And it's going to be first down for the Panthers. Pretty good field position, although when a team squibs the ball to you like this and you can come up with a clean, maybe you'd hope to get a little better field position than that. But
I think he could have walked 6 or 8 yards anyway.
Well, here again, though,
he's being careful. Playing it straight.
That ball is, once it comes off that grass, we're sure it's going to get a little wet as the game goes along. Panthers come out. Motion, Hancock in motion. Oh, inside, Harris. Boy, linebacker play for Moline's pretty good there.
Kyle Piper come up there that time, really closed up the hole.
Matt Harris on the carry that time. Panthers running Harris and Hancock in the backfield at the same time. And withdrew. So the Panthers have set themselves with a basically what we call a 4-back offense now, with all of their 4, the 3 running backs and Lemon, with all potential to carry the ball. Panthers going double wing themselves here with 4 wide outs in motion. Fullback inside is Harris. Drives out near the 35-yard line. Stopped just short of the 35.
Tackle that time by Nick Rude was in on that tackle, along with several other Maroons.
Take a quick look for our fans out there at the line play again. Now we watched the Maroons against the Panther defense. Take a look. UT came off the ball real quick that time, but I thought Moline reacted back in a real big hurry.
I was impressed last week with the overall team speed of the Maroons and how fast they close up any holes that are there.
Lemon with the ball, pitches outside. Ron Drew on the perimeter. Nice tackle outside. Close.
Going to be real close, but I think he's short.
Lemon made a nice pitch that time, and he was trapped back there. Moline that time kind of got him going backwards, and that hurt. It's going to be 4th and 1. The Panthers are sending the punt team in. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to punt the ball away. 34, Terrence Clark was warming up as the punter for the Panthers and getting away some really nice kicks. But we'll see. Moline,
I think they will this time.
Kind of tentative with sending people back, but good snap. Clark on the kick. Well, it's going to be a nice roll. Going to go down to about the 20-yard line, inside the 20. Ron Drew covers that ball, hands it to the official right there at about the 18-yard line.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Maroons on their own 18. The Panthers decided to play field position and not take any chances there.
And I think that's smart. For our young kids out there maybe watching football games and trying to pick up a pointer or two, when Drew that time downed that punt, he picked the ball up and handed it to the official. Just by touching the ball, it doesn't necessarily mean that play's dead. So many times you see kids come down, they'll just touch it and kind of wander away, and the other team can pick that ball up and go with it if they want. Now, I haven't got a clue what's going on here, Brian, because I posted him away here, so you're on.
Okay. Moline's in the wishbone again. Now they split to a double wing. The man in motion. Quarterback's going to keep the option and run it himself. Mike Finch gets a nice gainer, about 7-8 yards on that carry.
think, was in on that tackle.
That's a nice-looking play.
Good play. And I'll tell you one thing. I admired his patience, because I think the pitch man might have been there, but it would have been a dangerous play, and he decided to take it up the field himself, picked up 7 yards. That pitch man will be there later on.
Really big on first down to get an 8-yard gain like that, 7, 8-yard gain.
Ball's at the 25-yard line.
Come back with the inside counter.
Oh, Lemon on a nice tackle coming over that pile there.
Lofgren that time. Josh Lofgren, number 30 with that carry.
Down out there. Looks like number 89. That's Steve Lopez down on the turf. Trainers are coming to work with him. Panthers making a couple changes here defensively. Brian, we got 4 minutes, 52 seconds to go here in the first half. Moline leads by 6 points. Panthers had a couple kids kind of dinged up on that last play. Moons comes out. Looks like he's going to be okay on the sideline. Matt Harris is out here. He's limping a little bit, but I think he's going to be okay. And it looks like that maybe a sprained ankle or something like that with Steve Lopez, but that'll change that look just a little bit.
Steve's done a good job at defensive end for the Panthers this year.
Sean Keller, number 60, is coming in the ball game. Sean's starting offensive guard, and now he's coming in. I got to figure out where he's going to line up here. He's at one of the linebackers, looks like, in there. Right linebacker.
Okay, so here comes Moline. The wishbone. Beard. Beard's going to get about 6, 7 yards. Another nice surge by that offensive line of Moline.
2 new linebackers in, although Harris is coming back in the ballgame. He's limping a little bit. But Keller stepped in there, did a nice job. Number 50, Josh Taranis, is playing the other linebacker. Hancock must be out of the ball game somewhere. I can't quite see where he's at on the sideline. He's over here with Coach Jack. Oh, my. That's a great run there. Coach, what we're seeing right now is that the Panther defenders are just kind of strewn all over the field out there. They're on the ground trying to make tackles right now.
Kyle Piper that time took his man, turned him, shoved him about 4 yards off the ball, and then about 4 yards to the left there toward the sidelines.
And I'll tell you what, Beard is just, explosiveness, and he's leaning towards the goal line. Look at that line come off the ball.
Lofgren again.
Boy, the Panthers stood him up that time. Nowhere to go there. Big tackle up in there. I got to get the number this time. 76. Kevin Ward made a big play from his defensive tackle spot that time. Inman's coming out. Sub for the Panthers coming in the ball game. We got a new nose guard. We'll see who takes that spot over. I think in the ball game right now is Ricardo Harris, number 45, playing at nose guard for UT. See what happens here. Pass. Receiver open. Nice throw. Nice tackle.
Nice job. Number 80 on the reception that time. Colin Cave again, the same guy that caught the touchdown pass.
And Cody Duran, number 11, coming out of the secondary, made a nice break on that ball. That was, you don't want to let anybody run by you, and he broke back and made a big hit, but another first down from the Maroons. 3:07, Brian, so time becomes a little bit of a factor. Remember, the Maroons used 1 timeout with 2 seconds to go in the first quarter, so that hopefully for the, and what do we got here? They're
Mike
use
Finch
another
just
one right
used
now.
the timeout right here.
So Moline has now used 2 timeouts. With 3:02 to go here in the first half, with Moline leading by 6 and driving. We'll take a short break and be back in just a minute.
All right, we're back and ready to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you like offensive line play, watch the Maroons right now. They're doing a nice job. UT shuffling linebackers back in again. Hancock and Harris are the starting linebackers are back. Ricardo Harris playing nose guard. Best on a nice run that time, Brian.
Yes. It's about 5 yards, maybe 6.
We might see Moline moving that ball down, at least trying to get in position for a field goal. We know that Finch has a live leg, and field goal is a potential. Moline now has used 2 timeouts, so they've got 1 left. 2 minutes, 41 seconds to go. And, with that passing attack, the way they...
Oh, I think they got plenty of time yet.
Oh, yeah, with that they do. And you can't play pass because if you do that, Beard's going to pop one up the middle on you for about 35 yards. So be careful. Harris made a nice play there. Finch
Finch keeps the ball, and he's going to get the first down and move the ball clear down to... Oh, is that ball on the ground? Or did he get loose, you guess?
Officials are signaling that I thought forward progress, but Moline's got the ball.
24-yard line.
We'll see who that was.
So that ball was still alive. I thought he was down.
I did too. Well, 30 was 30 the ball carrier to begin with. Lofgren, was he the original ball carrier?
Mike Finch was...
Finch had the
ball. Yeah, he did a nice job.
I'll tell you what Lofgren was, though. Lofgren, I think, may have been the pitch man on that play. And ended up following that play along and recovered a fumble. 2:07 to go, Brian. The ball at the Panther 24-yard line. Moline in and out of the huddle in a hurry.
Now they got plenty of time. Double wing again. Lofgren in motion.
Finch keeps.
Beard, pitch,
Look
pitch.
out, Panthers are there this time.
Oh, he missed the tackle. Ball on the ground.
I'll tell you what. This could be a fumble, and UT could have this.
That ball was on the ground, wasn't it?
Panther ball. Panther ball.
UT just recovered.
Oh, my.
So there's a big break right here just before halftime.
1:42, and UT takes over.
UT could have been looking at a 2-touchdown deficit here at halftime, but this is a break they need here.
Well, an even bigger break for the Panthers, of course, is the fact that now UT will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. So not only did they dodge the bullet on the scoreboard, but they're going to get first possession in the second half. So that's a huge play. And a turnover. Baldwin in motion coming this way. Lemon keeps, cuts back. Not much room to run, maybe a 3-yard gain.
Number 65, Darryl Michael, in on that tackle.
He ran to the ball real well. Moline did again that time. Panthers running players in and out of the ball game now. 1:24.
That player looked kind of broken to me, like he changed his mind and will come back the other way.
Well, it was option. They took the pitch away right off the bat. And sometimes if you can plant and come back against the grain, you can make something good happen out of that. One thing, like we talked about Finch earlier, he didn't pitch the ball in a bad situation. One thing UT does not want to do is turn that ball over right now. Motion this way, Durant.
Oh,
my.
Who was that? 57, big play for Moline. Nick Rude gets the quarterback in the backfield, makes it 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Well, Lemon was going to throw that time. I can't quite figure out who the intended receiver was going to be. Number 11, Duran, was kind of ran a fly pattern on this side, but 42 seconds to go. Moline does have one timeout left, so if UT does not get a first down here, Moline can get the ball back.
Well, I think they'd let it run down as far as they can here.
Brian, we're liable to have a halftime guest here. Spike Odell is
that right?
Sitting around the booth here somewhere.
Boy, I used to watch him. I used to listen to him half the night.
I still do.
When he was on early in the morning.
20-yard line. Moline needs a timeout right now.
And are they going to take it?
They may not. Ron Drew was the ball carrier.
Evidently, everybody's happy to just let this run out, huh?
It looks like it. They're down to 6 seconds. I know UT's not carried away about running another play.
I'd have thought they'd made him kick it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I thought they might have themselves. But we're down now to no time on the clock, Brian, and we're going to break for halftime here. A score at Soul Bowl. The Maroons from Moline lead the Panthers, United Township High School Panthers, 6-0. We'll take a short break. We'll be back, and we'll see if we can get Spike on the air. How about that, Brian?
That sounds good. Back, and we got a very special guest with us here, Spike Odell. Everybody remembers Spike at the mic when he was here, and I think a lot of us still listen to him up there in Chicago.
I don't owe anybody any money back here today.
Did you come back and play some golf, or?
No, actually, I had a free weekend this weekend, and my wife wanted to go out to Amana and do some shopping and stuff, so we thought we'd stop here for the weekend and pick up Ma and get some home cooking and
all right,
meet my brother and sister. And just so happened the best game in town was here tonight, and I said, let's go. We got to go.
Did you play a little football in high school?
No, I didn't play football. I was, believe it or not, you wouldn't know it by the size
you look like you could have.
I was too little. I never grew up till I was almost a senior. I was always 115 pounds. So I was a senior, and then I grew up.
Did you go to UT?
Went to UT. Matter of fact, I ran into a bunch of my classmates down here a little bit ago, and we were talking, who'd have thunk it, East Moline and Moline, undefeated. When was the last time that happened?
Goodness sake,
and we figured out it was the year we graduated from high school, 1971, when Moline played East Moline the very first game, and they hadn't lost anything.
Oh,
yet.
yeah, that way, huh?
It's been that long ago, so.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we've been following these games each week, and these two ball clubs are very good ball clubs. And we've been looking forward to this matchup. It's going to be a good second half.
I was reading about it, and I was over at my brother's house, and all the neighbors were talking about it. So you can sense the excitement. I had to park almost up and around the block past Short Hills up there. I don't think I've ever walked so far to a game at East Moline, so it's good to see a full house here tonight.
Well, what you up to these days? Is there anything new on the horizon for Spike? Or?
Well, I'm doing the afternoon show in Chicago, doing 2 to 6, and now that the Cub games are going to be officially over, I won't have to wait for games to get over with anymore, and I can do a full 4 hours finally. Having fun doing that. I got into the food business. I've got a line of products that are Spike's Bite Your Butt products. I've got a mustard that in the month of August was the hottest selling specialty mustard in the Midwest. Next week we come out with Spike's Bite Your Butt barbecue sauce.
Is that right?
We have a Dijon mustard being made in France, and a beer mustard that we're working with a local brewery in Chicago to manufacture, and also a salsa that we'll have up by Christmas.
You finding all this stuff? These aren't your menus.
Some of them are. Some of them I'm getting help with. I've hired a staff of Bite Your Butt scientists, and and I'm doing it all for charity with WGN, our WGN Neediest Kids Fund. So when we first came up with the idea, they said, well, how many jars of this mustard do you want us to make? I said, 400 or 500, and that was 3.5 months ago, and we're right at 60,000 jars right now.
Are you just selling it on the air, or
just through some specialty shops here? There's a couple of stores here in the Quad Cities that carry it, and we're trying to get more to pick it up. So if any of you merchants are listening, call 1-800-GET-MUST and get your order today. Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yeah,
well, that's
fun.
Really interesting. So your afternoon show's going good, and when the Cubs are done, why then you got no competition, huh?
Well, yeah, Cubs are competition. Yeah. Well, when the Cubs are playing, I'm usually up at Wrigley Field. I'll go up there, get on the L train, and tough duty. I'll get up there and watch. I got it timed out now. If I leave in the 6th inning, I can get on the L train, catch an L train, and be back, and I got 5 minutes before I get on the air. So I'm just hoping that L never goes off the track, or somebody's going to have to fill in for me.
That's great. I tell you, this is really special for me because I can remember, I was telling you as we was coming on, working at Deere, I was on a night shift there for a while, and you just kept me awake early in the mornings, and we just got the biggest kick out of you all the time. And some of the people that would call in, it's your regulars and all this, but we really enjoyed you.
Well, thank you very much. It's for me, it's when I think of the best times in radio, they're definitely right here. I mean, 10 years here, and believe it or not, I've been up there almost 10 years up there now. So it's always good to get back. I always consider this home, and I was just telling somebody earlier too. My kids now consider that home up there. If we'd still be here, we were living in Moline when we left. So my son Michael would have probably been a Maroon. So I don't know how that would have handled in the family. But the ironic thing,
is he?
Yeah, Michael. Well, he's in college now. He's going to school in Nashville, his first year of college, but. Coach Carl Killam was Michael's first Little League coach, and I ran into him. And Michael played on the state championship baseball team in Illinois this year. He was a starting first baseman. He's a left-hander, and it was ironic because we were wondering if Waubonsie Valley, where he went to high school, was going to play Moline, because Moline was in the quarterfinals. So we were wondering, oh man, this is going to be tough. If Michael would be playing against the team he probably would have been playing with. But as fate had it, they didn't play each other. I think Moline went out in the quarterfinals or something. But we didn't win the state championship. We got second, but it was sure something to remember. Yeah.
So you still like coming home, though, huh?
Yeah, I don't get back enough between all the stuff that they have us doing up there and this mustard and all the condiments now is a full-time job.
That's
so
neat.
And I didn't want that, or I mean I do want it, but I didn't bargain. I didn't think it would be that way. So I'm learning that into the business.
Me the axe, Spike.
I'm out of here then.
I tell you, I really appreciate you doing this for us. I know everybody's bugging you and all this stuff, but it's nice of you to come in.
Good to be back, and I have a lot of memories here.
Well, thank you
a
lot.
Okay. Nice to see you.
All right.
DARE is a simple acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It's a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but also on the positive side of life.
DARE helps teach young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police department offer the 17-week DARE program.
Dare to make a difference.
Neat to visit with Spike like that. Huh?
Yes, it was.
So folks, you should have been here because we had one of the best 3 minutes of conversation that you've ever heard, and it wasn't even on the air.
I think it was the best we've ever been, really, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you, the reporters up here, they're writing about it right now, just so it probably will be in the paper. So you probably read about this already, but nevertheless, how about, Brian, the statistics? We kind of, last week when we had Moline against Alleman, we thought the statistics were pretty one-sided, and they've just repeated themselves this week. Moline ran 39 plays to 12 for the Panthers. The Maroons had 11 first downs, and UT had 1. Moline had 157 yards to 31 yards for the Panthers. The touchdown, of course, was from Finch to Cave, a 25-yard touchdown pass. And I think maybe we talked earlier about ball possession and keeping the ball. Moline had the ball that first half, 17 minutes and 39 seconds. They're well on their way to 30 minutes possession. Panthers had the ball for 6 minutes, 21 seconds. Repeat of last week's ball game, except the scary part for the Panther fans would be the fact that Moline's twice as far ahead this week as they were last week over Alleman.
Yes.
So Finch missed that extra point, by the way, and he was 9 out of 10 on extra points this year until that kick. So he's not going to miss very many like that. What do you think the keys are, Brian, coming in the second half?
Well, a couple keys. You know, even though Moline dominated early and has controlled the ball, they've done it by hanging on to the ball, going on fourth downs several times and stuff like this. And yet the battles are pretty good up there yet. I think if UT could get a hold of the ball more often, they might have a chance of doing something, you know.
Exactly right.
But like you say, right now, I think as we start the third quarter, it's really going to be important. We know UT gets the ball back. This first drive is important for UT to establish that they're going to stay in this ball game.
I agree, and I don't even think they necessarily would have to move the ball down the field and score a touchdown necessarily, but that neutral zone, especially, I thought, from early in the second quarter all the way to the end of the half, was dominated by Moline. Now, UT made an adjustment there at nose guard, and Ricardo Harris came in, number 45, and I watched that matchup for 3 or 4 plays there, and Piper did not dominate him nearly as much as he was getting away with before. If you don't get that matchup, now Moline may have to start double-teaming him. That leaves a linebacker running around. So maybe we'll see something there that the Panthers can hang their hat on. I agree with you. A drive here early for UT is critical. So we'll see what kind of adjustments the teams can make. Sometimes you're in that locker room. I know I've been where Coach Tracy's been several times, and what do you say? Boys, we got to come off the ball better. You've seen UT a couple times. I've seen them play once, and obviously they're not coming off the ball as well as they did in those ball games. Now those white shirts may have a whole lot to do with that, but they've got to come off the ball better.
Well, Moline's setting good. They're doing just what they want to do. They're controlling the ball. They're hanging on to the ball. And even though the score is 6-0, for them, this is just the kind of ball game they were hoping for.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Well, and Moline, really, I think the scary part, I think, for UT's sake right now, Moline's held the Panthers, again, to 1 first down and 31 total yards in the first half, and didn't come out with some kind of a junk defense, a 9-10-man line, and daring UT to pass the ball. They lined up at a 50 defense and just took it to UT the whole half. And their linebackers played well, the front 5 played well, and when the secondary had to make a play, they did. But again, that's pretty impressive when you don't have to make special adjustments for a team that's going to run the ball 99% of the time. Panthers, of course, we talked coming in, 350 yards per ball game, and they have 31 at halftime. So
a half does not make the game, and we're 1 play away from having a tie here.
Well,
so
no
you
question
just never know.
That. No question about it. And we talked about that in the Alleman game last week too. Alleman was in that ball game a long time. It was really very late in the ball game before Moline got over that two touchdown rule, and it stayed 3-0 for a long time. So this is going to be exciting to see what UT does. And they're ready to go. They're lining up back there. Ricky's going to go back deep. Ron Drew is going to go back deep. The up backs, number 30 you got in there is Sylvester Banks. You got Harris and Hancock along with Terrence Clark. So you got 6 guys back there, all that can carry that football, and that helps against a squib kick like this.
Beard will be kicking off for the Maroons. Moline needs to establish themselves right where they left off, and if they can do that and shut UT down here, they're off to the third quarter that they're looking for.
Well, we're ready to play, and it was just as exciting to start the ball game. It's just 6 points difference, so let's just see what happens here. Again, squib kick. And UT is on the ground again. Okay, Hancock had a knee down, and the possession is going to start now at about the 27-yard line, looks like. So UT again will start inside their own 30-yard line against a team that's going to roll the ball to you. And the plan's good, you know, and when I say that, I don't want to appear critical of the plan. You've got 6 guys back there, all with good hands to catch the ball, and UT has fielded the ball well twice. It's just a matter of they're going to have to, you know, pick it up and run with it a little bit. Wishbone this time for the Panthers. First time in a while. Power play, off tackle. UT is going to hit in there real hard with Hancock carrying it. Not a big gain, but leading that play was Harris and Drew.
Aaron Blythe was a tackler that time for the Maroons.
I had a hunch that eventually, and I think Coach Tracy talked about this early in the year, where he didn't think maybe he had 3 backs to run a wishbone type effect, but the way that Mike Hancock has come along with Matt Harris and Ron Drew, that gives you a wishbone, it gives you a power attack to run some blockers in and help your backs out. That ball is fumbled around a little bit back there, missed the handoff. It's going to be an inside trap, and a great trap block that time. Number 50 came out of there, Josh Taranis, and did a beautiful job of trapping.
That ball was hanging up there in the air for quite a while. It's like, whoa, come back here, ball.
And sometimes, again, here again, the Panthers into the wishbone running it, and I'm sure they probably practiced this for a couple weeks, because with Taft 2 weeks ago and Quincy, this may be something they've just been holding back just a little bit. I think UT ran it one time in the first 4 ball games. Option play here. Oh, Lemon almost broke that thing, got across the 30 out to about the 33-yard line, but it's going to be short of the first down and sets up a punt situation for the Panthers, and Moline has held again.
Well, that time the Panthers' second down play pretty well. They took themselves out of the drive.
Right. First and third downs are pretty good plays out of the wishbone. UT forced a punt.
Got Aaron Best back here, number 23.
Clark to punt.
Line Chris
drive
Baird.
and short.
To UT bounce again. Then it turns back the other way.
37-yard line. 36-37, Brian.
First and 10, Maroons.
Well, you talked a little bit earlier at the halftime break about possessions. And, of course, I think probably if you're on that Moline sideline, now this becomes a very important possession offensively for you, because they can't be satisfied with a 6-0 lead.
Oh, no.
Not the way they dominated the first half. So we'll see what the Maroons do and see what the Panthers have done.
The Panthers really need to shut down themselves, be able to shut Moline down right away here this time.
Ricardo Harris is playing nose guard again. That may be a chance. Oh, nice play there by Harris. Harris is in on that play. He stood Kyle Piper up that time.
And got in on the tackle.
That's right. So you had Ricardo Harris and Matt Harris both in on that tackle. That's what the Panthers
Chris Baird gets about 1 yard on that game. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, Harris may be that spark that UT needs. Right now, at least, they're not going to run the ball right up the middle. They may have to double team and trap somebody, but you're not going to run straight dive. Take a look again. Right in front of our camera now, Piper against Ricardo Harris. Nice slant move that time. Big hit. Hancock that time. Loss of yardage.
That's Aaron Arms that time with that carry, and he's going to lose about 2 yards, maybe 3 yards in that play. Hancock really come up. Nice play there.
Harris coming out of the ball game. Inman coming back in, and it's a 3rd down situation. Maybe, who knows? Maybe a little better pass rush, more experience. We'll see. See what
Moline's done well on these 3rd and longs now.
Let's see whether there are 2 wide outs, the far side out there, tight end here. Pull back inside. Yeah, good play that time, number 76. Kevin Ward makes a good play. Ryan Lemon's in the middle of that. How outside a cornerback or monster can end up in the middle of that, we won't know, but now Moline's got to punt the ball.
Chris Baird on that carry gets a couple, and this time we're going to find out about Moline's punter.
Well, 3 and out for the Panthers and 3 and out for Moline. So the defense won.
Punter is Adam Kettler.
Adam's done a nice job this year in the punt game, so we'll see. A good snap. Nice kick. Ricky at the 26-yard line. Gets a good start towards the sideline.
Decent wall set up over there.
Good field position for UT out around the 42, maybe 3-yard line.
So we exchanged punts here, and we're right back where we started again.
Well, UT ended up with the ball a difference of about 13, 14 yards. So
that's the first time UT's actually shut them down in 3 plays and out.
Real good job that time by the Panther defense. And Ricardo Harris, I have to mention his name. He was responsible for a lot of what happened in that particular series. So UT back out now. We're on double wing. Motion. And hard run straight ahead by Harris, but Moline collapsed on that in a hurry. UT still going to go with the 4-back look now with Lemon a quarterback, but they've still got Hancock, Harris, and Drew in there all at the same time.
Chris Davies, number 79, is in on that tackle, along with Aaron Blythe.
Pete Douglas, number 81, is coming in the ball game, running the plays in from the sidelines. Coach Tracy uses wide receivers to get plays in and out of the ball game. Panthers trying to spread Moline out a little bit right now, going with 2 wide outs. Lemon had to
broken play. Lemon gets a little room
out of it. That was the same fullback trap inside, only coming the other way, and we missed the handoff again.
Tackled by Matt Siemens that time, number 34 for the Maroons.
What Lemon did that time, though, was a smart quarterback is going to realize where that play is supposed to go. And he's going to take that ball right back up in there. So big 3rd down play for UT. The ball's at the Moline 49, almost 48-yard line. 3rd down and 1. Wishbone again, tight end to the near side, split in to the far side of the field.
First man.
Harris looks like he got across that 1st down marker.
I think he just made it.
So Panthers are on the move, Brian. A couple quick 1st downs here. Doesn't hurt anything. Doesn't hurt anything. 1st and 10 for UT. Marner brings the play in the ball game.
And Panthers getting a chance to run off a few plays here.
That's right. And if you've got the ball, good things can happen. There's no question about that. UT's explosive. They've got good speed. Problem is, right now, Moline's kind of catching hold of the Panthers before they get very far.
More Wishbone.
Dive. Ron Drew, not many yards. Maybe out to about, maybe to the 45-yard line. Gain of a yard, maybe. Man.
Number 65, Darryl Michael, in on that tackle.
Man.
And seems to be quite excited about it.
Yes. Number 79 makes a nice, his presence felt in there, too. He's a big old kid, I think. Chris Davies, he's only a sophomore, 6'1", 252-pounder, and he comes to play all the time. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Option, Lemon can keep. He could go. Across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Boy, Moline's defense closes so fast, Brian. That was
Matt
wide open
Siemens
for a
again
second.
that time on the tackle. Yeah, that looked like it was going to go a ways, and boom, closes quick. Their team speed on defense is excellent.
Well, you mentioned that last week, and you watch him play, and there's no question about it. Moline runs the football, but they're also disciplined while they do that. Huge 3rd down play, the ball at the Moline 39-yard line. UT got a nice drive going here, down 6-0. Lemon falls down in the backfield. It's going to be a tough play there all the way around. The key, did you see what Massa, number 32, did to Drew as a pitch man? Drew was not going to get the pitch because he was tackled about 8 yards deep in the backfield. And
he's just taking that pitch away.
Well, UT now, the ball's at the 42-yard line. We'll call it the 42-yard line. 4th down and 5. 5:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Moline leads by 6. Panthers on the move. UT needs a big play right now.
Surprises me a little bit that they're going to go for it right here.
Yeah, could go on 2. You never know. Pass. Lemon on the run. Lemon on the throw. Incomplete pass. Lemon made a nice throw that time, a little bit short. Intended receiver was number 81, and that's Pete Douglas.
So Moline takes over, 1st and 10.
And the bad news is, Brian, they take over at their own, 42-yard
line.
That's the field position game just turned the other way in a big hurry.
Well, that's the gamble you take there.
What do you do? Of course, here again, sometimes as fans, people sit here and, why in the world would you do that? Well, if Coach Tracy knew we were going to throw an incomplete pass, he'd have punted.
That's right.
But unfortunately, you don't know that.
Well, and when you've only had a chance to run so many plays in the ball game, you're trying to establish something and get in the ball game.
Oh, nice run up inside that time.
Aaron Arms that time keeps his feet and picks up about 5 yards there.
Again, I think our fans, if you take a good look at the guard play by Moline, their guards, as they come off that football and against the UT linebackers. That time, both UT linebackers end up on the ground, and Ryan Lemon, of course, is back there making another big tackle.
Darryl Michael and Terry Hansen just doing a fine job at part of that offensive line there at the guards.
2nd and 5. Boy, oh boy, that's good play by UT that time. Matt Harris wasn't going to be driven out of there that time. Excellent job. Hancock was there. Moons was there. This is good high school football. That offensive lines are coming off the ball. The running backs from Moline are just flying up in there, and there haven't been any huge holes to run into, but they're coming hard.
I can hear pads up here.
I can hear them up here, and I'm glad I'm just this far away. Because
yes,
I think a person can get hurt if you got real close to that stuff down there.
Big 3rd down play again.
Linebacker coming.
Looking pass.
Wide open, number 81. Oh, great defense. Great defense back there by number 1, Brian Kendall. Boy, what a way to break on that ball.
Intended receiver again was Aaron Blythe, and the one pattern I do notice, Moline has thrown to Aaron every time.
Well, and they're trying to flood that rule flood pattern they ran last week, but it's a punting situation right now for Moline. Number 43 will do the long snapping for Moline. That's Tim Perez. Ricky's the lone man back. UT's going to set a wall up to this side. Ricky, fair catch. About the 19-yard line.
Yep, the 1st and 10 Panthers.
UT was trying to set a wall up to this side, but take a look at the last two. Now we talked about UT getting the advantage of the field position. Now it's gone the other way. Moline is going to start playing defense. Panthers take over at their own 19-yard line.
But the good news, if you're a Panther fan, is that they held again. So.
No question about that. No question. The UT's defense the second half has been much improved. I've been very impressed with that. Moons leads them out of the huddle. The guards again for the Panthers. Tyrannus and Keller. Option again. Ooh, look out. Look at the way Mass is following out here, following the pitch man. Great scheme, I think, right now by Moline. Lemon that time had nowhere to go. They got him headed backwards a little bit, and the pitch man wasn't there.
UT seems to be just searching for something that'll work.
Well, and you do that, unfortunately. When you look at that play sheet with, whatever plays you got, 15, 20 plays, or we used to have 72 plays or whatever we used to have on our play sheet, sometimes there's none of them there going to work. And if you don't block somebody. Okay, Lemon with the ball again. He could pop it out here. Oh, a great play out there by Moline.
Who got a hold of him there from behind?
I think it's 55, Coach, I think.
Piper?
I think so.
That's no surprise.
Named Michael. They're calling press
Michael?
They're calling Michael on that.
It could be.
That play, and you go back in the ball, talk about big plays. One of your 4 big plays, I'm going to tell you what, that was one of them right there. Because Lemon was going to go. He had blockers ahead of him. If Michael doesn't make that tackle, he's going to run, and he's going to run for a long time. Huge 3rd down play for the Panthers with 2:14 to go and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Moline leads by 7. Dump pass. Oh, that ball's caught out there. Nice catch by the Panthers. Number 1 is Brian Kendall.
Big 1st down play.
Big 1st down play.
Kind of gets them out of the hole a little bit.
Little option fake. The field position thing's going to change again. First catch.
That play was really exciting for me. I got to see part of it on one side of this post, and then I flipped over here just in time to see the end.
Well, that's the good ones there. You just missed all the middle of that, huh?
Yeah.
2 wide receivers, 2 double wing by the Panthers. Drew in motion. Oh, good hard run inside by Harris. Good cleanup by Moline.
Tackled by number 79 at the bottom of that pile, Chris Davies.
1:35 to go here. The ball's out now to about the 30, what do you think here, 35-yard line. Second down and about 7. Yeah, that ball's on 34 for sure, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, there's a guy in the way. Davis was in the way. Couldn't
I
see
know
where the ball was at. Wide receivers again. Panthers kind of spread that defense, hope maybe to pop somebody loose inside. Counter. Hancock.
He can outrun him. He's got a little room.
Pursuit angle by Moline out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. About the first defensive mistake Moline has made, I think.
Yep. He just needed one higher gear there during that corner. He could have shifted in higher.
One thing about it, Mike was heading hard down the field. He wasn't going to get too wide on that thing. But it's a first down for the Panthers out around the 44-yard line, and we're getting down to the last minute here of the third quarter. Hancock comes out of the ball game. We'll see who jumps in there and plays in his spot. Mike Rickey is in there. Ron Drew. Matt Harris at fullback. Counter the other. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. There's a bunch of white jerseys after that ball. Now we see who's the toughest at the bottom of the pile, Brian.
That ball, I believe Moline might have that ball.
There were a lot of white shirts in the area, I will say that. We'll keep unloading. Moline.
Yes, Moline has the ball.
Moline recovers at about the 43-yard line, maybe the 44-yard line. Panthers go with the counter again. It just worked going one way. Came back the other way. Didn't seem like Drew ever had the handle on that one.
No, I don't know who got it. Looked like Colin Cave might have had that ball. He's the last one up anyway. We'll give him credit.
He's the nose guard, and he would have been right in the middle of all that stuff. So I would say that that's a good opportunity. Now the Maroons look out now. Ball at the Panther 43-yard line with 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. UT didn't need that turnover. They had a drive going, but turnovers will kill you. There's a big play. They've had two big plays, I think, in that series. Oh, there's nothing there. Here, look at this run. My gosh, good defense by the Panthers.
Boy.
So
Aaron Arms just did not want to go down.
Well, he's a tough kid, I'll tell you that. Mike Rickey stayed with it, and he kept outside leverage and made a big play there.
He struggled to only lose a yard on that play. He could have lost about 4 yards on that play.
Didn't look real smooth out of the backfield. Actually.
No, there was something wrong there.
Was wrong there, too. That didn't... Well, both teams are feeling the pressure, I think, right now. This is, for both teams, I know UT had a close ball game against Homewood Flossmoor, but, you know, from that point on, both teams have been kind of doing what they want to do. And right now, both teams are under a lot of pressure. Now, time's winding down, Brian, and Moline's not going to run another play, and we've reached the end of the third quarter. And
this is a fast ball game, isn't it?
Well, you know it's going to be. You don't throw it. The game gets over in a hurry. We're Soul Bowl. This is Jim Sanders with Brian Mumma. You're watching QCA TV, Channel 38, Cox Communication, a Family Ties production, and we'll be back to start the fourth quarter in just a minute.
Since being very young, you faced the unexpected, never concerned, knowing your security came from those who loved you most. Soon you took on more risks and started making decisions on your own. Now you're being counted on to help build a secure future, to protect you and your family from the unexpected. Depend on your hometown professional, your independent Pekin insurance agent.
Pekin Insurance.
For a quick quote on auto, home, and life, call your Pekin agent at Independent Insurance.
And we're back.
Boy. If you want to see good, exciting defensive football, Brian, you came to the right place. If you watched it on Friday night, you saw how great it was, and you're watching it again, or if this is the first time you're watching it here on Cox Channel 38, you are seeing a heck of a ball game. And remember, the Independent Insurance Services Incorporated in Davenport, Iowa on East Locust Street are one of our major sponsors. Oh, look how a great run out there. Lemon misses the tackle, but
Josh Lofgren showing a little speed there on that outside veer there.
Strong, too. You run through Ryan Lemon's tackle, you know you can do some stuff there, but it sets up a tough third down. The ball's at the UT 40-yard line.
Now, this is a very big play on the UT side of the ball.
No question about it.
Moline can survive punting or not punting here, but UT does not need to give up a first
get
down
in the
there.
ball game too. They've been pretty quiet on this sideline. The team's trying to get them fired up here. We're in the fourth quarter.
We do have a nice-sized crowd here tonight.
Nice crowd.
Filled up good.
Moline section, it looks pretty much full on that far side. There's people standing along the fence. The crowd's starting to get fired up. Panthers coming off that ball in a hurry now. Oop, and they might have been offside, but no call. No call, and the ball goes inside the 40-yard line down to about the 32. Boy, it looked like an Osgard might have got his head across that ball, but no
We're
call.
looking at 4th and about 4. Now, what do you do if you're Moline? You play field position, or do you go for it?
38-yard line, 4th and 4. I'm gonna punt the ball. But that's why I'm not coaching anymore. That's why I'm not coaching anymore.
That's why we're up here, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Well, Moline's not going to punt the ball, and that's why Coach McGuire is the head coach. That's his call and his staff. There's a lot of communication in the press box and so forth. I'll guarantee you the Panthers are going to go on, or the Maroons are going to go on too. Quick pass. No slant. Oh, that might be a great catch out there. Oh, my gracious. There's big-time play, Brian. My, oh, my.
Aaron Arms just I'm speechless. That was fantastic.
You're not going to see a better catch on an Illinois or Iowa game or the Bears.
You'll never see a catch like that in Soldier Field, I guarantee you.
I'll guarantee you, unless the other team does it.
That's right.
Somebody else might do it. The Bears may not. That's a huge play here with 10 minutes to go. There's another. I'm marking 3 big plays already. Okay, 3 big plays. The one where Lemon almost got loose down here, then the turnover, and then that catch right there. Ball's on the ground. We'll see what Finch can do with it. Oh, falls down.
Broken play, but Mike picks it up and did pretty good at that.
Well, he saved the turnover and a negative play. Got the ball back at least to the line of... I'll tell you, if he could have planted and got up in that,
yeah, I think
that'd been a pretty good play.
It could have turned into something there.
He had a lead
slipped and
blocker
fell
on his but he gained
there.
Still gained a yard.
Yep.
And a lot of times you'll see young quarterbacks, and again, if you're a quarterback watching at home, a lot of kids would have taken that ball and got run the wrong way. Tried to go real wide or do something. Hey, get it back towards the line of scrimmage if you can. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Pass. Coming across. Man wide open, but no time. Ball's on the ground. Panther ball.
Panther ball.
UT's got it.
Big mistake.
83 on the rush for the Panthers that time. Huge play by Ben Fagerlund. We'll see who's got it. 71 looks like he's got the football. Yes, he does. Dave Freeman.
So 9-11 to go in the 4th quarter. The Panthers take over here in pretty good field position.
Another big play. Maybe I lied. Maybe there'll be 5 big plays in this game. We've had 4.
That has to be one of them.
That's one of them right there. That's for sure.
You know, for the Panthers' chance to win the ball game, it has to be one of them.
It totally neutralizes the play that Arms makes on the great catch.
Yes.
Totally neutralized that one. Panthers with the ball. Back to the dive offense.
Harris.
Straight dive inside. Got that ball back for about a yard gain, maybe a yard and a half for UT. Harris on the carry that time. One thing I'm sure the scouts upstairs will talk a little bit about, Ryan Lemon that time when he came away from that dive, looked right back at the play. He didn't carry the fake out very well, and because of that, several of the Moline secondary people ran to that football. To carry that fake out, somebody's got to come out here with you. Panthers coming out of the huddle in a big hurry. Line got off the ball real good that time. Hancock on a nice dive play straight ahead. Out across the 35-yard line. We'll see where they marked it. Mark it short of the 35 where he finally came down.
Darryl Michael trips him up that time.
Another big play with 8:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. Moline leading 6-0. 3rd and 5 for UT. 3rd and 5.
Hey, UT's looking for a 3rd and 5 play.
Boy, that right side of the UT line came off the ball that time. I'll tell you what. Taranis and Ward came off in a real big hurry. Dive the other way. Ron Drew driving. Stays alive. Stays alive. And he may have a first down.
Looked like he was stopped. Somehow he just kept them feet
Those
going.
legs never stopped, and Ron Drew drove that ball out to about the 40-yard line. 39.
Matt Stevens, number 34, was with him for a long time, and you think he just got drug a little ways.
Not a measure, but I'm going to tell you, this is the first down.
This is close. This is very close.
Do I get to call this one?
I'm with you. I think he's got it.
He made it. Now, we've got a good view here.
Providing those lines are straight.
Merlin Hood's lines are
always straight. It's the field that's crooked, right?
sometimes the bull tilts a little bit once in a while.
That's right.
Sometimes it tilts according to momentum.
Yeah,
of course he got it.
Just got it by the nip of the nose. All right.
No question about it. First down for the Panthers. The ball is just short of the UT 40-yard line with 7:56 to go. Marner in the ball game, brings the play in for UT. Moons leads them out.
Panthers coming out of the huddle with a little more pizzazz now.
We're offside out here. This end was offside. That's okay. Well, oh, no. The ball is on the ground. Drew fumbles, and Moline recovers. The pitch from Lemon to Drew. The ball got loose, and Moline recovers at the Panther 33-yard line.
Number 57, Nick Rood, on that recovery. Was in the right place at the right time.
Well, I will say this, to give the Maroons a lot of credit. They forced Lemon to pitch it early, and then they had the rest of the play covered. Even if Drew would have caught the ball, he was going to lose yardage because they were coming with 3 guys with no blockers left. So, well defense. The defensive scheme for Moline has been almost flawless for this ball game.
So Moline makes the big play that puts him right back in the driver's seat controlling this game.
No, and then Beard drives up there across the 30-yard line to the 29.
Nice run that time. Nice block again by Piper.
Well, we'll see what the Panthers are made of now, because you can't turn that ball over like that and not feel like, whoa, boy, are we going to win this game? But I'll tell you, UT came off the ball. David Freeman at D tackle. They got Inman at the nose guard. Brian Moon's going both ways, playing the D tackle. You got Fagerland at one, looks like Lopez at one defensive end and DeFries at the other, but look at that line drive across that line. Unbelievable, Brian.
Yes. I'm sure Mr. Piper's enjoying this moment.
He's enjoying it right now. Inman's down. Looks like he's got like an ankle or a knee.
He got panned right there.
Well, let's take a short break here right now, Brian, as Brian Emmons being attended to out there, but Moline's in the driver's seat with 6:53 to go. And you're watching QCA TV, Channel 38, Cox Communication. It's a Family Ties production, you know.
Yes, it is.
And this is Jim Sanders.
Yes, it is. And we are the heart of the family.
Wait a minute. We're going to go to a break. But what was that again?
We are the heart.
We are the heart of the family.
That's right.
Whoa. Well, Emmons off the field. Hobbled a little bit out there. And I'll tell you what.
Well, you know, you picked out some big plays. I'm going to say that last play was the biggest play for the offensive line of Moline that they're going to be hard to do anything with the rest of this ball game.
They churned that one out across in a 3rd and 1. Moline drives that ball to the UT 19-yard line. And right now, unless Moline turns this thing over, they're going to score again.
Short of any mistakes right now, you are not going to stop that Moline offense. So they're in the rhythm and they're in the roll and they feel it.
And they got the line coming off and they got Beard flying up there behind them. I don't know that they go any farther than that play right now. Panther linebackers step up in real tight. Unbelievable line play by Moline. If you young linemen are out there watching football and you want to watch some good play, watch the white shirts right now because they are just coming off the football.
This is a great, you know, any of you young football players, watch these games and pay attention to your positions and learn what it takes to play high school ball.
Well, you're
learn what
tonight.
it takes.
You got 2 excellent football teams here tonight. Right now, the white shirts are dominating. Hand back.
Ooh, the ball's on the ground.
I'll tell you what, they didn't blow the whistle, Brian.
I think
They did not
Panthers
blow the
recovered
whistle.
that ball, maybe.
Oh, my gracious. That play looked like it was dead.
I didn't hear no whistle, did you?
There was no whistle blown until after the scramble. We're still not sure who's got the football. There's some big-time delays here waiting to see who's got the ball. Moline
got it back.
Well, I'll tell you, and I think the officials made a good call there. I don't ever want to be critical of the officials. I think that Arms was laying on top of bodies, and he was still squirming a little bit, and his knee certainly wasn't on the ground, and I'm not sure his forward progress was stopped. So UT kicked that ball out of there, but Moline recovered. This is a huge 3rd down play, Brian. 3rd and 3, the ball at the Panther 13-yard line. Clock's running. The Maroons trying to put this ball game away here. They got a penalty flag coming in from the side. Somebody lined up.
I've seen
offside.
movement on the defense. Now, whether he broke the line of scrimmage or not.
We'll see what the call is.
Oh, he dropped his handkerchief.
Well,
That was an inadvertent flag on the field, Coach.
We need Doug Howell up here to explain that.
That's right. He could explain that better than anybody.
That call.
I wish he was here.
Moline, if you're going to do this right, Moline needs to go back and huddle up again, use as much clock as you can. You got your 25 seconds back again, and Coach McGuire is doing an excellent job of sending the plays in the ball game. So this ends up being about a 50-second play if Moline plays the time game right. But no penalty. Flag went up. No penalty. Fullback again. Oh, look at this.
Touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. Huge hole.
Aaron Best runs through a huge hole on that right side of the line. Woo! Opened up by Darryl Michael and Chris Burns over there. Just fantastic blocking.
Well, and UT had their linebackers stacked in there tight. They got to do something to try to stop Beard up inside. And so once you gamble, and if they go to the second man and got the courage to call it, which Coach McGuire and his staff did, it could happen just like that. So it's 12-zip, and now if you're Moline, do you go for 2? Or are you going to kick it to make it 13?
I think you go for 2 here.
Moline uses the timeout.
Tell you, Aaron Best and Arms and Beard, you know, I know we're talking a lot about the blocking.
Right.
But the blocking has been fantastic. But those running backs keep their legs going.
Yes,
They've been very, very tough running backs. He really hit the hole there.
Well, we haven't seen Josh
Fantastic
Lofgren
run.
play very much tonight, and we know from previous ball games he's one of their better ball carriers, and he hasn't been in much at all. Now, whether he's been hurt or sick,
He showed us some speed there on that one out play there.
He's been in there a little bit, and we talked about this before. The kids block well for each other. That one, obviously, if Best scores the touchdown, then Arms has got to throw a kick-out block off tackle. If we had a replay of that, you're going to see a huge hole open up off tackle. So we probably should take just a short break, and we'll be back in just a second.
Comes Moline. They're right down there knocking.
They're going for 2,
for their extra point.
Got a knock, knock, knock.
Oh, we got the shift on again.
Somebody jumped offside.
We're going to run that play. They've been running around all night to the quarterback, and he's going to score.
Well, they've been working on that.
Yes.
They used that quarterback motion, snap to Beard. Now,
and he passed to Mike Finch for the extra 2 points.
Well, and it's a situation where kind of going in the season, Beard was going to play in the defensive secondary. They knew that, but he's also kind of lost the quarterback battle. I mean, it wasn't like he's always been a fullback. He comes in as a DB and the backup quarterback, so it's not surprising he could take that ball and throw it to somebody. So Moline goes with a little bit of...
They've played with that play all game, haven't they? Every so often they've
used it. I'm not sure they didn't draw UT offside again that time.
There was movement.
But on the other hand, it works for a 2-point extra point. And right now, the Panthers with 5:10 to go are really have got a huge mountain to climb. And let's see what they can do as Moline prepares to kick off.
Well, I'll tell you, we watched them last week, and I was really impressed with Moline. I think they're going to be a tough ball club to beat.
Oh, I agree. And the only thing, here again, we've got the unknown in our league right now, for us at least, between you and I, in Rock Island. I haven't seen Rock Island play a single ball game.
We know they're a very good ball club.
They've got big linemen, which is a little unusual for the past few years. They go 2 platoon. They've got great speed in their backfield, and they've got an outstanding quarterback. So the Rocks...
They're going to have to be very good.
Yes, they are, to beat either of these two teams.
That's right.
Now UT is going to run it back. Hancock catches it, gets up in it, could go. Mike Hancock to the 50, to almost the 45-yard line.
Ball come out, but after he hit the ground.
Mike Hancock fielded that kick that time, ran it back, and give the Panthers great field position at the Moline 46-yard line. That's what you want to do with that squib kick, Brian.
Now Hancock's got a chance to field that ball like 3 times tonight, and that time he actually got a chance to run it. He did a fine job with it,
and
didn't he?
He's a great runner. We know he's got good quickness, really good quickness. Panthers going to go double wing now. Changing quarterback right now. Mike Freeman playing quarterback. Panthers going to throw. Pass at the boundary to Hancock. Now, the Panthers have made a change at quarterback. You got Mike Freeman. He's a 6'2", 176-pound junior quarterback, and he's in the ball game, replacing Ryan Lemon. And it's a situation where UT's got to throw the football. Ryan Lemon is a running quarterback. Freeman is more of the passing quarterback. And that's what the UT is going to do. They're going to throw the football right now. Good pressure. Pass to Ron Drew. Tackle. Nice tackle on the outside. You know, Matt Siemens, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Matt is doing an excellent job.
Oh, he's had a great night tonight.
Yes, he has. He made some very critical tackles out there. Well, Freeman comes right in and completes 2 passes right off the bat. Not big yardage. Two completions for 5 yards, but it's 3rd and 5. And now at least he may spread the Moline defense out a little bit.
Moline shifting all over the place.
Reverse Drew with the ball up inside. Ron Drew to the 30-yard line. The Panthers threatening to get right back in this ball game. Nice backfield action that time by the quarterback and Ron Drew. Mike Freeman did a nice job there.
Moline seemed a little unsettled that time, finding their defense.
They're a little bit concerned now with you got a throwing quarterback, even though that Freeman hasn't thrown the ball down the field much. Now they're still unsettled. They're not quite sure where they're going with this thing. Freeman ends up with the football. Ball's on the ground, but I'm sure he was down first. Down first, UT ball.
I don't think he'd lost that ball if it hadn't been for the face mask being jerked around there a little bit.
You were on that one,
something to do with it there.
Well, we're inside of 4 minutes to go here at Soul Bowl. Moline leads 14-zip, but the Panthers at the 32, Moline 32-yard line, threatening to get right back in this ball game. Marner and Baldwin is the wide receivers. That pass intended for Marner, incomplete.
Nick Massa broke that up, and I don't think he knew he did.
I'll guarantee he had man coverage on Ron Drew.
Yeah.
He didn't even see the ball.
He just come running by at the right time that time,
he broke right in front of that one. Well, still, Moline is, for whatever the reason, the Panthers have run this double wing with 2 split ends a good portion of the ball game, but right now Moline's having trouble getting lined up to this thing. Little equipment problem inside there. I think that might be Cave, the nose guard, trying to get his helmet plugged back on there just a little bit and get ready to go. No, it isn't. 81. That's Blythe. And the equipment problem. Option. Freeman. That might be a face mask there. You wanted to... Ooh, the referee was hunting for his face mask. Panthers aren't going to get the call, though, and that's a long 4th down situation now. 4th down, about the 35-yard line. 4th and about 15 with 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go, Brian.
Well, now, Moline's going to be teeing off to come. I mean,
right.
They know this is probably going to be a pass, and...
but you take a little look at the defense here now. They're using their outside linebackers defensive end. They're in a 3-man line now and walking those guys off. Pass. Going up top. Panthers going to go deep for the first time tonight, a little bit long. Freeman makes a nice throw down the sideline there, number 81.
Moline holds again, and we'll take over right there.
Well, that was a good move by Coach Tracy to staff. If you got to throw the ball, let's put Freeman, and he throws the ball better. You know, it doesn't say anything negative about Ryan Lemon. Ryan Lemon is an ideal quarterback for the offense that Coach Tracy likes to run. Shoot, he'd been an ideal quarterback for the offense that I like to run.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not necessarily a throwing offense, so Freeman's in to throw the ball.
Beard up the middle. Going to get a couple.
The word workhorse mean anything to you now?
Yes.
2 minutes, 43 seconds to go.
At this point, Moline just happy to burn the clock.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to see anything too fancy razzle-dazzle here.
Oh, I wouldn't think so, but with Coach McGuire, you're never quite sure, you know.
I'd find a lot of ways to run behind 55.
That's another good idea. Oh, my.
Lofgren gets a nice gain out there. Close to the first down. Going to be about a yard shy.
Well, that's the advantage of Moline running with several different backs. The kids are always fresh. I mean, those are fresh legs getting up in there right there. UT is going to go back with Ricardo Harris at nose guard. They've been best tonight when he's been in the ball game. And they've tried 3 different players in there. Number 50's played in there some. That's Josh Taranis. He's also played linebacker and offensive guard. And, of course, Brian Inman's been in there. But from now, I'm not a line expert by any stretch of imagination, but I think UT's been a better football team with Ricardo Harris trying to battle against a player like Kyle Piper. He's been the best match tonight. First down for Moline, 137, Brian. Moline's looking to go. Well, they're going to be 4-0 and 2-0 in the Western Big Six, and they'll start to get into what we call the driver's seat.
Well, they're just off to a great start again this year, and they got a fine-looking ball club.
Well, yes, they do. Still going to pick a three-way tie, though. I'm not going to come off that yet. Boom, look at the explosion there. That's a 7-8 yard gain. Man.
Beard again, just a real workhorse right now.
Again, hopefully some of you folks out there that like offensive line play have taped this ball game. I'm telling you, there's lessons. There's a lesson. Coach Tracy's going to bring everybody over here, and we're going to call timeout. Now, this is the pride talk. We got to play with a little pride right now. We got a minute, 2 to go. I'll be darned if we're going to let these guys put the ball in the end zone again. Wait, want to take a break, Brian?
Yeah, let's take a short break here.
Okay.
And Jim, let us not forget, the Independent Insurance Services is sponsoring us again this week, and we're really happy that they are.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, they'll give you coverage on any, we're still working to find out more about this company. We know they're at 1519 East Locust Street in Davenport, Iowa, and the phone number is 383-5559. So give them a call over there if you have any insurance needs, and we really appreciate their support.
Any needs at all. All right.
Third down.
So, UT's had a little talk here. I'm sure they're talking about, this season isn't over with this game, and let's get out here and keep our heads up and toughen up here.
Exactly right. You're exactly right. We want to thank the UT folks for the excellent hospitality here tonight. We've got seats on the 40-yard line. We've had Gary Gellerman, the press box manager, did not bring us any pizza or steak after the ball game.
The only thing he hovered over us most of the night.
He is a nice guy.
It is intimidating, but he was able to hang in there.
The whole ball game. Yes, he has. We really appreciate it, however.
Coach, if I don't miss my guess, we're going to watch Kyle Piper play for some pretty good college.
I think you're exactly right there. Well, that's going to be the last play of the ball game. Brian Moline takes the knee. The Panthers are going to win this. The Panthers are going to fall to the Moline Maroons 14-0 here at Soul Bowl. Brian, as the teams shake hands, give me a couple quick comments about the ball game.
Well, it boiled down to we played good, hard-nosed, hard-hitting football that we could hear clear up here.
That's right.
And the difference in the ball game was Moline's ability to control that ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big plays all the time. There was a few key plays that kept their drives alive, but being able to control that ball and eat up that clock and keep the ball out of the hands of Moline, or of East Moline, excuse me.
And I agree with you there. And if we go back and talk about the 4 big plays of the ball game, I think if you've got a copy of that, Moline made 3 of the 4, and that made a big difference. It makes a difference in a 14-0 ball game. I want to thank again the administration at United Township High School for the facility here. We want to thank the administration and coaching staff for both schools. We want to congratulate the Moline Maroons. We want to congratulate the UT Panthers. They got beat by a good football team tonight. Moline's not going to lose many football games. And I want to tell you something else. UT is not going to lose many football games either. So why don't we close again? Give those people over there at the Independent Insurance Services Incorporated a call. Again, it's 383-5559. We appreciate their support and all of our sponsors for giving us an opportunity to showcase these young men in the activity in this particular case of football. I got 2 teams gathered near the midfield, and I'll tell you, Brian, it's been a lot of fun again.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody for tuning us in. We've been hearing a lot of positive comments, and all we're trying to do is support these young people that are out there really working hard and doing a nice job, and that there's a lot of positive things happening out here with our youth. And we really appreciate everybody that's supporting us and watching us. So thanks a lot, everybody.
This is Jim Sanders and Brian Mumma. Again, you've been watching QCA TV, Channel 38, Cox Communication. It's a Family Ties production, and we're gone.